The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Giants and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go, Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. There he goes, right side. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. Here we go. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On 3rd down, Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Here we go.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. Now it's Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants will take over here just shy of the 30.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 95 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And it is still early, just the 1st quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching?
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Kayvon Thibodeaux, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here we go. Here we go.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of...
And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Gun.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Eli Apple, a former first-round pick of these Giants in 2016. They're on the tackle. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Barkley. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. That time they're able to bottle him up, and he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete.
It's the turnover on down.
11.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He will find his man Chase, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll be out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Here we go.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
11, Thomas.
3rd and goal, Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he's across for 2 points. Well, gutsy call right there, but the fake works. And they get the 2 instead of 1. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here. 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1-1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go!
Burrow looking to pass. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And this one out quickly to James.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Here we go.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
11 mighty, 11 mighty. 11 MT, 11 MT.
Now Burrow on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here we go, here we go.
4 yards remain for second down.
11 MT, paint. 11 MT, paint. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line.
Here we go.
That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals.
Can.
And Burrow going to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. To throw again on second down. Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag, and they'll accept that penalty. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he's got room. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Again, it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception. And I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley to about the 33-yard line.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And this will be a Giants 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here, Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation. And now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
To throw is Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley from 17 yards out. And the Giants have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And they will take a 7-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So back-to-back incompletions now, 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
That's complete to Chase. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
11.
Burrow. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
A handoff. Barkley running left. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They'll run it again with Barkley. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Saquon Barkley running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And they'll indeed take a knee. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count all the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here revealing, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Deep be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice.